If you think that you can't paint or draw, think again, because this is so easy to do. Join me and I'll show you how easy these watercolour flowers are to paint on all those book pages that I know that you've got lying around in your craft room.
Hi everyone, it's Lee here. I've just been having a little bit of a cruisy afternoon, just fiddling around with watercolour paints and book pages, just sort of doodling away. And I thought, oh, why don't I turn the camera on and you can do some with me if you like. I love the lavender, it's my favourite. I really like purple, I think that's what it is. And I really like this one. Not so keen on the red, but it's fine. Alrighty, so I've got my little palette of watercolour paints and a container of water. I'm just going to use the two brushes that I've got here. So a small round and a larger round. I've been waiting for ages for this brush to come to me, and can you see that? That's how it turned up with the end bent. I think I can fix it. It's not like it was only a $3 or $4 brush. It was about $25, so I'd like to get it fixed so I can work with it. I can't be bothered stuffing around, sending it back. I know what you guys are like, but that prospect isn't very exciting for me. Anyway, welcome back everybody, and a big warm welcome to anybody who might be here for the first time. Hope you enjoy the video. Will leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. Alrighty, so I'm just going to do some, I don't know what they are, just little flowers. I'm going to go for a pinky sort of colour, and I just want something to use as a palette. Piece of plastic, that'll do. I just want a nice sort of watery pinkish colour, and I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in that. Okay, so I'm just going to do a basic 3-petal flower. So, oh, there's too much water in that. So just one little petal like that, and another one, and then another one. Just nice and simple. And then I'm going to drop some darker paint into that, just at the start of the petal there, where it's joined onto the flower. Even though I'm just doing this on a book page, it's still behaving like watercolour paper is there. I'm using it on watercolour paper, I should say. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit more yellow into that colour. It's a bit too yellow. Add a bit more pink in there. It's a bit better. I want really light flowers this time. And I'm going to use a dot method. So I'm going to put 3 dots. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. So I'm rinsing my brush off. I'm not worried that my water is pretty grotty. It's the same water I've been using all the time. So my brush is quite wet, and I've put my dot there, so I'm just going to use my brush to spread my petal around. And the second petal. And a third one. Nice and simple. And then I will drop a darker colour into the petal, just there, and let that spread. So I want to go even lighter again now, so I'm just going to add a touch of yellow and put heaps of water on the brush to get the paint nice and light. And I'm going to use the dots again. So I want 1, 2, 3. Rinse the brush. It's nice and wet. Pop it into the paint. And this is a round brush in case you weren't aware of that. I should have said it the first. So this is quite pale, this one. It might darken as it dries. Just to add a little bit of something into that, I'm just going to put a dash of burnt sienna in there. Just let it spread through. Now I just want to do a couple more. Some nice light pink ones. So we've got 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Rinse the brush. Pop it in. Spread it around. Now on this one, I'm going to put some brown into the center of the flower. And just let that bleed out. She put some in this one, I think. Maybe even on this one. Let's see what happens. Okay, now I might change to a different colour, and perhaps a nice turquoise colour that's watered down a fair bit, maybe with a touch of that pink in it, just a little bit. It's nice. Okay, so I'm going to do my 3 dots again. 1, 2, let me go this way, 3, I'll run out of room. Rinse off the brush, into the dot, and spread it. And then I'm going to put some brown into the middle of that one as well. A little bit more. And over here as well. Got a bit of a gap there, so I want to fill that in. So I'm going to go back to the pinky colour. And 1, 2, 3 dots. You can barely see that. Just get a bit more paint. And in the middle of that one, I think I will, well, just put a little bit of this red. Let that spread around. Okay, now I want to put some stalks in there. Stems. So I'm going to take some sap green, which is mid green, a nice warm colour. And I just want a nice narrow line. And then the one here. This one. Don't want to touch it into the petals because they're still wet, and the green will run into them and go muddy. Oops, which is what just happened then. Okay, now I want to put some leaves. I'm just going to darken that green up a little bit. Putting a little bit of Payne's grey into it. And the simple leaves, just push the brush onto the paper, squash it down, pull it and lift it off. You can do it either way. Probably easier to do it like this. When this dries, I'm going to go around it. Around the flowers, I should say, with a liner pen. So I'm just going to put that aside to dry. Just here I'm going to add a little bit more colour in there because that colour hasn't done much. A bit too much water, I think. I'll just put another one up there. Just a bit of Prussian blue. There'll be two flowers joined together up there. We'll have two stalks or two stems. And some leaves. So we're just going to leave that to dry, and then I'll do another one. So I'll show you how to do the lavender because that's really easy. So I used purple and the little brush, and basically it's just some little marks like that at the top. And just little dots just in the shape of the lavender flowers, and that was all there is to it. So I'm going to put another one here, just little dots, not worrying about filling in the center of them, just leaving the gaps there. So this is pretty easy to do, anyone can do it. And we'll do third one, come this way. It's a little bit raggy-taggy at the top. Okay, I want to make a bluey-greeny colour, so I've got some green in that palette there. And I'll add a little bit of Prussian blue. A little bit more. There we go. That's the colour I wanted. And I'm just going to take a stem and down like that. Oops. And one from here and one from there. And the lavender leaves are sort of elongated. Could probably be a little bit bluer than that colour. Maybe a little bit of white in there. Let's see how that, oops, goes. Nearly. Yeah, that's sort of made. I probably could have added some Payne's grey into that to make it a bit grayer. So I'll just put that in there. A little bit of Payne's grey. I have these long leaves, fingery sort of leaves. And I'm just going to put some here. So we're not trying to get anything that looks realistic, it's just a little impression. So there's some lavender. How easy was that? That's the two lavenders. And just dry it, not quite. I'm going to dry that off with the heat gun. Got my Faber-Castell Pitt pen, so it's a waterproof liner type of thing. And I'm just going to outline the flowers just roughly. Don't want anything too grand. I'll probably have to iron this before I use it on anything. This paper's a little bit wrinkly from being wet. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy, and it doesn't have to be precise either. Okay, so that's that one with the line work done on it. So I'll do another one of these, show you how easy that one is. Okay, so I'm going to use the round brush. So this is a size 16, but it's only fairly small. I wouldn't say it's a true 16. And I want some of this orange to start with. And all I'm going to do is just splatter or tap on some paint, just random marks. I don't like when I'm doing flowers to have like a perfect circle of, the shape. So I like to have you can see this one, got these ones down here to sort of make it look a little bit more interesting. Okay, so that'll do for the orange. I'm going to put in some of this gamboge, which is a deep yellow. And this time I think I'll put some lemon yellow in there. The brush was a bit too wet. Oops, wrong one. and just a couple of little spots here and there of vermilion, which is a nice warm red. So I don't want too much of it. Just want to tap it in a couple of places and just let it spread through the wet paint. And then once I've done that, the next thing I want to do is to just put a bit of greenery in between the flowers. So I'm going to swap to my small brush to do that. And I'm using sap green, and I'm just going to add it to the existing mix there. I just put a touch of purple in it just to darken it a bit. It's better. And I want to just carefully, put some green in here between the petals. Just don't want to touch that other paint. Okay, that'll do. And now I'm just going to put some stems in. So imagine that you've got a stem coming down. You can touch the other leaves, but don't want it to touch the petals. Tap it down and to there. And then another one coming from up here somewhere. Down, down, down this way, and coming out there. And one from here. Another one from here. Doesn't really matter as long as they're not all going in the same direction. It looks too fake when that happens. Or not fake, but it doesn't look right. Okay, so that'll do for that. And I want to put some leaves in. Just put some ground in. And some leaves. So we've got the little brush. Push it down and lift it off. Push it down and lift it off. Right, that looks like it's floating, so I'm just going to join it on there. Having them overlap in places. Darkening up that a little bit. Oops, that was a bit wet. I always like to have some up around the outside as well, and also a few that are just floating in the air. Now, what I don't like about this here is it's got a straight edge, so I'm just going to put some yellow in there to fix that up. So don't like that. It's better. And where else does it need a bit more work? Maybe just some around that leaf work there. And some petals on the ground. And that's how easy it is to do. Now, another thing that's like a big cluster, which these ones are like more like individual flowers, so I'll just show you how to do them very quickly. So it'd be exactly the same thing, but I'm going to go into groups. So I'm going to start with this mid yellow, and I'm going to have a flower here, another one here. I want to keep some spaces between the flowers. And with that one, this one, if I wanted to, I could just put some dark bits around the edge, and that would make it look like there was individual flowers in there. But I'm not that worried about it. So what have we got here? 3, 4, 7. Got to keep odd numbers. 8, and one down here. That's 9. And take up some orange. Just doing the same thing, tapping. Doesn't matter that if it mixes with the previous colour, it's fine. Just shows you how easy it is to do these. And I'm going to take a little bit of scarlet this time, just a touch, and put some bits of scarlet in there. This is a slightly cooler red than the other red I used. They look a bit like marigolds, these flowers. They're not really anything. Okay, so I've got them. Now, do I want to put any other colours in there? I don't really think so. So I'm going to go and put some stems in there. So I've got my little brush, and I'm just going to darken that up. I've got some Viridian, darken the green up, I should say. And bring one from this plant, this flower, all the way down to there. And then got another one here. Bring that down. This one. And they're wildflowers, so they can have bent stems. Stragglers. This one can be coming in from the side. This one here. Let's go with that one again. And then we've got that one, which can just come straight down. Okay, and now I'm going to put some leaves in. So the leaves can be anything. You don't have to make them leafy. They can be anything. So I'm just going to put a little leaf underneath each flower. These ones. Being careful not to put my brush into the wet paint, but it's not the end of the world if it does happen. Okay, so now we'll just put some leaves, other leaves. So a little bit of a stem with a couple of leaves coming off it. So just letting the brush do the work. And a couple more here. And put some falling leaves. Bit of ground. And there's that one. That's nice. I like that. So, I love the way this green has dried on this lavender plant. It's a beautiful colour. So we've got 3 yellow ones. We've got 3 purple ones. And then I've got this mixed bag. Don't want to put that down on top of anything else. I'm just going to go here. And then we'll go there. These ones. And then these red ones. And I think I'll put some line work on these ones too. I'll just let them dry naturally. So, really easy to do. And I can't wait to stick them in a journal somewhere. So they're quite big, that's the only thing. So they can be done smaller. Just we'll do them smaller. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that and that you have a go. And if you haven't got paints and you're thinking about buying some paints, just get a little cheap set. Like the one that I was using, I think was about $20. So it's by Montmartre. And it does say premium, so there's a lot of pigment in there. And there I've done a swatch, so you can see that. But it's my go-to palette at the moment. I just seem to be using them all the time, so I really like them. Okay, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of these. And thumbs up, thumbs down if you have to. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you in another video. So take care, happy crafting, and cheers from Australia. Hooroo!